Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Halo Halo Mix Vlogs. I'd like to welcome all the people who have subscribed, those new ones and old ones. We've been with this channel for a little over 3 months. I'd like to welcome you all back. To the new ones, I'd like to welcome you and thank you for supporting my channel. It helps me in more ways than one. So yeah, I'd like to welcome you all. Thank you so much. In today's video, we're gonna discuss why you should not put your money in the banks, and why I always talk about what's happening in the US and whatnot. Why I always look into things that are going on in the US right now. So I'm gonna answer it right away. Especially because I'm living in Canada right now. Is our neighbor to the south, and Canada's biggest trading partner, and US is the #1 economy, the single biggest source of capital for the whole world. And also US is backed by the US dollar, which is the world reserve currency. So all goods and commodities are priced in US dollar. So everything that you buy, irregardless of where you live, right now or in the near future, because all other fiat currency is pegged to the US dollar. So what happens to the US dollar it's going to be the barometer of what's going to happen to the whole world. Okay, and then I'll also discuss, because I've read an article about an NFT. So there is a guy, a New York City film director, who is selling his fart. So I thought that was funny, but it turns out to be real. So there is a description, there is a link in the description box below. It's up to you if you want to click it on and read the gaseous article. So actually, these are him and his fart mates. They digitally record this fart that they collected over a period of 1 year. So since the lockdown began in 2020, or March 2020 last year. So they digitally record this, and they're selling it as an NFT. And in fact, they already sold one for $183. So that is one expensive fart that I've ever heard, But why would I buy this fart? I mean, I could also do that. I mean, I can record my fart and then be able to smell that obnoxious gas coming out of my my other orifice, the gas that's produced by rotten food in my stomach, right? So why would I even bother buying $180 for a digital collection of his fart and his fart mates, right? But there's a twist to that. I mean, that must be, what kind of value, what intrinsic value can you get out of an NFT fart? You mean to say that a fart, which is digitally recorded and then it's selling as an NFT, so these are non-fungible items, non-fungible tokens, so it's native to the Ethereum blockchain. So once it's there, it doesn't need to be authenticated, because these are non-fungible. It means these are one of a kind. It cannot be replicated, right? So you mean to say that this collection of fart, which is digitally recorded, is more, it has a more intrinsic value than the US dollar, right? It's more expensive than the US dollar. So it means to say that the US dollar is really going down in value. And then I just received a message here. It says that the government of Saskatchewan is increasing the monthly 911 service fee from 94 cents to $1.88, right? So there you go. Even if I haven't got any increase in my salary, so they've already increased the the charges for a 911 service which automatically is being added into your account. It doesn't matter if you use the 911 service or not. So that is a 50% increase, you know, for from 94 cents to $1.88. So whatever, if ever I get an increase in my salary, it's going to be eaten up by these, you know, this is just one facet of the increase that we're going to receive from between now and like 5 years. I don't know for how long. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, that hyperinflation is just right around the corner. So what do we know about the US, or US dollar in particular? So we know that 20 to 30%, that is only a guesstimate, a conservative guesstimate, that is in existence right now, this very moment while I'm talking to you, were printed or were created last year. And so far this year, there is 1.9 trillion that has been just been approved. That is another stimulus package to be given out to the states, companies, and individuals. So for individuals, that is on top of the this stimulus is on top of what they supposed to get from their state governments. So that's you got two, one from the federal and one from the state government. Unlike here in Canada, so it's either unemployment insurance or CRB. Yeah, either of the two. Well, you cannot have both. Okay. So after this 1.9 trillion, I've read an article that there's another one coming right at the right around the third quarter or fourth quarter of this year. And that is another $3 trillion that they're supposedly that they're gonna have to pass. So right now the economy, the economy is already dead. It's just being pumped with this stimulus to keep it going. So without the stimulus, it's just gonna die down. So they have to print more money, print more cash, to give it to the to the market. So what is inflation? Inflation is the expansion of money supply and credit, resulting in increase in prices of goods and services. So just like I said earlier, like I got an email or text message from Bell informing me that the 911 service fee had just been increased by 50%. So from 94 cents, now it's the next month it's going to be $1.88. So that is already 50%. But when you think of it, it's not much. It's just cents. But you know, when you put it into percentage, that already is 50%. And then you have to take in consideration other stuff like food, gasoline, registration, taxes, and so on and so forth. So with whatever increase that I'm supposed to get, if ever there is, it's just going to be eaten up by this increase in this inflation, right? No, this inflation, not disinflation. Okay. What do we know about inflation? Is that I've said earlier, and inflation destroys the value of your savings, and at the same time it destroys the value of your debt. So that is why when you so we're going to answer the question now of why you should not put your money in the banks. It is because it's sitting there, it's not doing anything for you, you're not earning any income from it, because they're not going to give you any interest. But then when you go to your bank and take out a loan, a car loan or a home mortgage, they're going to charge you interest for lending you your money back. So why would you put it in the bank in the first place? So if you have a loan like a car loan, and then you have you have a cash sitting in your bank that's doing nothing any good for you, and just getting destroyed by inflation. Well, why not pay off your debt, your car loan, or whatever, your credit card, especially the credit card, because you get charged higher interest on your credit card because it's an unsecured debt. Just like you are to the bank, you are an unsecured creditor. Once you deposit your money in the bank, you are an unsecured creditor to the banks. I've already explained that before in my previous video, but just so you know, I'm just repeating myself again here. All right, so that's why you don't want to deposit, or you don't want to put your money in the bank. But then if you have a debt, a long-term debt, especially like a 15, 20 year mortgage, then it's working for you, because the value of that debt is going to be significantly lower in the long run because of this inflation that's going on. So the value of that, I mean, don't get mistaken with this the amount and the value. So the amount of your debt is still the same. If it's 10,000 or 150,000, your mortgage is 150,000. It's still going to be 150,000, but then the value of it is much lesser in the long run. It's going to get lesser because of inflation, right? So don't get too excited and go to the banks and ask for a car loan because some clown on YouTube like me told you that the value of your debt is going to be destroyed because of this inflation, right? Okay, this is not financial advice. Again, you have to do your own due diligence regarding whatever with regards to your money or whatever credit you have or debt. So besides, real estate is both an asset and a liability. It becomes an asset when you're earning income from it, but becomes a liability when you're not making income, because a real estate, like a house, you have to pay taxes on that, you have to pay utility, insurance, and you have to put some money away for maintenance of the house. So it becomes a liability. If it's a rental property, then that is an asset, because it's making money for you. Well, it is an asset, but it is an investment. It's still an asset, but it's more of a liability when you're not making anything from it except you're living in that house. Okay, so don't get too excited. As I've said, don't get a loan just because you feel like inflation is coming, and then just take out a huge loan because you heard that in the long run the value of this debt will gonna go down because of inflation. All right, just don't get too excited about that. And then we're gonna get onto the stock. So the stock market, you see the airline stocks, the cruise ship stocks, the hotel stocks, they've already gone way past their pre-pandemic levels. So the airline stocks have already soared, even though the planes and the crew, the pilots are out of job or had been laid off or furloughed. So they're burning through important cash, like their cash reserves. They're burning through it. They're not earning anything, but there are a lot of investors piling into these stocks, hoping that they can make them rich. Same goes for cruise ship stocks. It already set sail, even though that they're burning through their cash reserves, because they have to maintain the ships. You can't let it sit in a dock or anchored off somewhere, because in few months, or maybe a little less than a month, if you let it sit there without maintenance, it's gonna get rusted out because of the sea salt, right? So the same goes for casinos and hotels. And no one's playing No one's playing in these casinos. No one is taking a vacation. But their stocks have already soared way past their pre-pandemic levels, as I've said. Okay, so when you see those things are coming, and it makes you feel like, is it really? And you know, and then as I've said earlier, there's a guy who selling his fart for you know, $183. So is it is his fart more valuable? Is there value on that fart NFT? So it's more valuable than the US dollar. So a hyperinflation happens when people lose trust or confidence in their currency. So if you haven't seen that one, you've already seen that one. You know, in the onset of the pandemic, when lockdown was first implemented, you've seen people clearing out the shelves in the grocery stores, whatever they can put their hands on, because that would be something that has value, far more valuable than the currency that you have. Because the currency that you have when hyperinflation hits is going to be worthless, just like what happened in Venezuela. You know, they're making you know, anything like origami, or how do you say that, they're making something out of their currency because they think that it's more valuable than the actual currency itself, right? So yeah, well, when that happens, you know, anything like a pack of sugar or flour will be more valuable than your the currency that you're holding, because they're just gonna go down and down just like that. So I hope you get my message here. I hope you can share my videos to your family, your friends, or whatever, you know, so that everyone can be you know, a little bit informed of what's going on around us. And thank you for watching my videos, and please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you again next time. Have a good night. Bye bye.